What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back with another old hoopty, my 1992 Dodge Dynasty.
We're really looking to buy something classy.
Luxurious.
How luxurious.
Big and roomy.
Power door lock, speed control,
No charge air conditioning.
tilt steering wheel, AM, FM cassette.
And a driver's side airbag.
And just what do you think that kind of car would cost?
Something under 16,000.
Who's your dealer?
The 1992 Dodge Dynasty. Luxury you can afford.
So $400 was my winning bid on this Dynasty, but unfortunately, having it shipped from Los Angeles, California, all the way back to Oklahoma, by the time you're done with fees and everything else, you're looking at over $2,100 to get this $400 Dodge Dynasty back to my place. Absolutely not worth it, especially when you consider that it doesn't run, and it said that it did. It came just like it is, guys. The only thing I've done is I threw a battery in it, but I haven't had time to actually try to start it or anything. I've got a field full of cars here, guys. I mean, they stretch from here. Some of them are double and triple stacked all the way to the other side of the yard. I've just been so busy with cars. Haven't had a chance to do anything with it. I did come out. I figured out which cars had bad batteries. There are chickens. Where did chickens come from? Well, hi. Okay. Boy, this is what happens. I don't get out here near enough anymore, guys. Things have changed. Oh, that's great. So I'm gonna need pliers. That's right. This hood. Yeah, this is broken. So to get the hood in, the battery dead, isn't it? Yep, I think the battery's dead again because we have no lights. No, wait, it's got power. It's got power. All right, good. So hopefully there'll be enough juice to get this thing started. What's going on with that window over there? It does have a window in it. Ooh, wow, this thing's been sitting for a while. It's a two-owner car. It's only got 100,000 miles on it. Headliner is relatively decent. Interior should clean up nice. The body's not too awful bad. We called these Dodge Dynasties back in the day. My mom had one. It's part of the reason I kind of wanted to get this one, is it brought back some memories. Now, I was always working on my mom's Dodge Dynasty for her because it was always broken. And inevitably, every time it broke, it was something, it was bad. Oh, wow. All right. It was always something awful when that car broke. So we just kind of dubbed it the Dodge Dynasty because every time it broke in a nasty way. Glove box, trunk. There we go. Oh, uh-oh. Oh, come on. Really? Perfect. Cup holders? Nope. Place for cassette tapes. Ashtray. Yep. Has it ever been smoked in? Oh, yeah. That's been heavily used. There's things growing on that. Great. I was hoping that this would close. There we go. Typical Dodge Dynasty stuff there, guys. That window is in there. Somebody's taken this apart before. Oh, this car is going to be so much fun. Oh, boy. It's always good when you see lots of crusties and mildew and stuff growing in there. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Maybe it didn't run. Maybe they lied. It runs, huh? Okay. That smells like rotten fuel. I'll be shocked if this thing tries to start at all. What do we got in here? The spare tire, the jack, which is nice. Spare tire's even got air in it. Oh, rearview mirror. I didn't even realize that was missing. Yeah, it's even got the little button, so that's good. Floor mats. Oh, the trim piece for the door. I was wondering about that. This is something you probably just glue or snap back on, I guess. Just like that. There you go. Get that window up, the car won't look half bad anymore. I mean, it also doesn't look half good either, but oh, that's beside the point. Oh, what is all this? We have the Holy Rosary and Divine Mercy, God Today Will Bless You. 3/11 of 2011. Wow, that is an old CD. Good Lord. Is that an American flag just tossed? Oh, it's covered in mold and stuff. Yeah, probably don't want to touch on all that. Great. Yeah. Well, this car is surely going to run. It's going to run perfect. It's going to have cold air conditioning, and the transmission's going to be good. Transmissions were always bad in these. Oh, hey. Someone had the AC on. That's a good sign. Let's prime it a couple times. It's got good voltage, too, so the battery held. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, the good news is it tried to start. There she goes. There she goes. Oh, she don't run. Oh, boy. No, she ain't happy. And that gas gauge being pegged out below empty, tells you the sending unit's probably shot on this. Interesting. Cruise control, horn, works. Let's try it again. At a minimum, this thing needs fresh gas, guys. I mean, at a minimum. Oil pressure also seems to be iffy. There it goes. It's coming back. If only that fuel gauge would come back. I'm holding my foot on the gas to keep it running. I'm surprised it does run. The guy told me it does not run. Does this window work? Yes, good. Let's get that rolled down. She's not. Oh, there we go. Oh, man, could you guys imagine $2,000 out the door for something like this? Oh, thanks. You never know what you're going to get with these cars, guys. Some of them are absolutely great, and some of them are really bad. This one, this is weird. When I hit the gas, the oil pressure goes down. It's going the wrong way. Oil change. It's got a date of November of 2011 as the last oil change. Are you serious? 2011. There's somebody's attempt at fixing the rear view mirror. Let's see if the radio works. Well, you know. Oh, it's running on its own now. The radio's trying to work. When I turn it up, it turns down. When I turn it down, it turns down. So I can hear things coming out of it. Air conditioning. Who knows if that's going to work. Little teeny tiny vents. These are itty bitty. Probably not. Brakes feel good though. Steering feels alright. Gears. Backward. Got to be careful. Don't want to run into that beautiful S-Class. Forward. Yeah, she's got some gears. She seems to be running all right. Battery voltage looks good. Oil pressure looks good. That AC works. This works. Are you kidding me? That AC is ice cold. No kidding. Signals? I don't see them, but oh, they're. So there's the right one right there. But I hear them. They're working. Tilt wheel. Yes. Hazards. And windshield wipers. Well, there's not much left of them. So I'm going to guess this car has been off the road for a long time. I'd love to know how much gas is in it. We need to put some gas in this just to be safe. It's running great, and like I said, cold air conditioning too, guys. If I remember right, this has got the 3.3 liter V6. Are these power seats? No, they're not power seats. Oh, that's as far back as it goes? Oh, this car is made for like little people. Oh my goodness, these tires, how are they? Because you know we got to take it on a 10-mile test drive. Tires have excellent tread. Big old white walls. They're called GT Radial Champero 75. Champero 75. Love the old hubcaps. I'd love even more to find a date code on this, but I'm not seeing anything that matches a date code from today. These are 195 75 14s. The DOT on this is, that's not a date. That's not a date. It's a 5WJW. That might actually be a date, guys. Back in the day, 5WJW probably told you. the date code, which tells you that these are going to be old. These are going to be old. But I mean, the tires look good. They've got air. Yeah, I think these tires will be okay, guys. But we gotta get this off of here. This is, oh, come on. There we go. Let's undo all of this mess, because it just looks, I mean, it doesn't help the look of the car at all. Oh my goodness. What is this stuff made out of? Adamantium? Good Lord, there we go. All right. It will take a quick peek at the Carfax report. See, that's better. If we could just get, if we could just get in there and get this window. See, somebody's already got this apart. Get in there and get that window up. We could actually close the window and turn on the air conditioning. We'd be riding in style, guys. All right, we're gonna let that run for a minute. Let's come over here, take a look at the Carfax report. So here we go, 16 service records, 2 previous owners, 32 detailed records, 100,000 miles was the last reported mileage. Now, I did run this through a spider web, so first owner reported, 6 of 92. Emissions at 67,000 miles in 1998. Cooling system checked, oil and filter change. Wow. Oil and filter change at 67,000 miles. Okay. AC checked, AC and heating checked, AC serviced, and antifreeze flushed. Then in 98 again, 70,000 miles. Oil and filter change, tires rotated, steering suspension checked, fluids checked, dry belts checked. Let's move along. 73,000. Boy, they actually started, either they started taking care of it around 1998, or this is when Carfax really just started reporting on this car. Lots of stuff. Oil, filter change, engine checked, fuel filter replaced, tires rotated. Again, oil and filter, steering. See, it's really started getting maintained. Okay, 83,000 miles. Drivability and performance, oil and filter, steering, suspension, fluids checked, dry belts checked. Then at 87, see, somebody started taking care of it. Oil and filter change, transmission checked at 88,000 miles. Oh boy. Past inspection, cooling system checked, battery and start, charging system checked. So here we go. This is interesting. The car only has 100,000 miles. In 2007, at 97,700 miles, recommended maintenance performed, wipers checked, oil and filter changed, body lubricated, alignment, four-wheel alignment performed, brakes checked, tires replaced, rear brakes serviced and adjusted. So 07 is when these tires got changed, because they replaced the tires in 07 at 97,000 miles. Rear brakes serviced, adjusted, brake drums resurfaced, high mount brake bulb replaced, brake fluid flushed. Electrical system checked, engine mounts replaced at 98,000 miles in 08, oil and filter changed at 98,800 miles. So we're getting close, guys. We're getting close to the 100,000 miles that she's currently sitting at today. And then 2009 at 100,100 miles, it passed an inspection. AC heating system checked, radiator hose clamp replaced, cooling system service, antifreeze flushed. And that's in 09 at 100,184 miles. And then it ends in 2011. 2010, four-wheel alignment performed. And then in 2011, passed emissions inspection. And then a new odor reported in 23, and nothing happened from there. 24, 25, so 2011. So that's it. So that is accurate. The tires are for 2007. That means they're perfectly safe to drive on, right? That's how that works. Yeah, 2007 tires, and the car hasn't been on the road since 2011, and it's currently approaching the end of 2024. This car should be totally fine to drive. So I think the right thing to do is steal the gas can that I keep in my 57 for emergencies. And we'll go put some of that into the 92, because it's so deserving. Haven't had this car out of the garage, and, well, you guys may have noticed I haven't had any videos on this car in a while. We got some content coming. Air conditioning, serpentine belt upgrade, and who knows where we're going to go from there. But I still intend on making that my power tour car, guys. Quick walkthrough of some of the other vehicles sitting out here. I got a lot coming, guys. I got a cylinder head and an entire top end engine kit. Lifters, we're doing the whole thing on this Cavalier, guys. Whole top end is getting replaced. Of course, the Viper, I'm actually going to be driving this one home today. It is sold, but not done with it yet. We still got some video content. New exhaust, Bellinger exhaust on that V10 is going to sound so good. Brian's going to do ceramic coating with C-Quartz Pro Reserve, I think is what it's called. And David Stanley Chrysler Jeep Dodge is going to handle the exhaust on this. Boy, we've got the 1 year only E420. We got the 2023 Kia Sorento. Is that what it is? Sportage. I can't remember what this is. Kia Sportage. Sorry, guys. I've got so many cars out here, guys. One of them I may end up giving to Nick in the future. Some of them I'm going to be letting go of. Got the Z34 Monte Carlo over here that I need to get back to soon. Got a little bit of work to do to that one. We got the GTP 96 Grand Prix. That one, oh man, that one I've been regretting buying it since the day it arrived. All right, just for safety, we're gonna throw some fresh fuel in this. Boy, that is nasty. That is nasty, guys. Anyway, let's throw some gas in this thing and let's take it for a quick ride. So I was getting ready to take her out for a ride and I heard some noises. Oh, come on. Some strange noises coming out from under the hood, and I thought maybe we ought to take a look at that. Oil pressure's good, temp is good, voltage is good, fuel doesn't show anything. Let me fight with this, see if we can't get that hood open. I'll tell you right now, getting that hood open, oh man, that's a bit of a bear. Some more, what is that noise? Sounds like some bearings, doesn't it? Going out on an idler or a tensioner pulley or something? Maybe air conditioning. See that compressor clutch? It's trying to spin right there. It should not be trying to spin. The AC is not on. Yeah. There's the cooling fans. That's good. Yeah, I think we got some compressor clutch bearings trying to go out. There's that new battery I threw in it. 3.3 liter V6. Trans fluid? Oh, it's actually very clean. That's bright pink. We might be in luck here, guys. Either that or we're in bad shape. Oil? Oh yeah, nice and clean oil too. Boy, that compressor doesn't sound good though, does it? Let's see if we kick on the AC. I'll bet that goes away once the clutch is engaged. Yeah, that's what I thought. As soon as you kick on the air conditioning, that noise goes away. Bingo. Compressor clutch is spinning nicely. Doing what it's supposed to do. Cooling system. Well, I don't know if there's anything in it, but it's not overheating. So why don't we just take this thing on a drive and see if a car's been off the road for, what is it, 13 years? 14 years? Yeah, something like that. Can make it 10 miles. So far for a car that doesn't run, I mean, it's doing all right because it obviously does run. It didn't want to run, but after fighting with it for a little bit, she came right back to life. Obviously, you can't see out of this windshield. That's not gonna work very well for a video. So we're gonna pull this thing over to the front of the house here, and ooh, suspension sounds just lovely. Oh man, this thing sounds absolutely great. Well, we've moved it. How's that? Gauges are looking all right. I'm gonna roll this window up. We're gonna let that air condition, oh, that's right, we don't have a window over there. That's fine. I'm gonna clean up this window so you guys can see a little bit better. Can you see out the window a little better? She's running great, guys. Temperature looks great. Oil pressure is good. Voltage is good. I mean, everything looks all right. We do have a gas can with us just in case we run out. She's been sitting here idling while I cleaned up the windows. She's doing all right. AC still nice and cold. So, first drive. Car's been off the road for, what, 13 years? The tires are from 07. That's great. So, 17-year-old tires. That's fine. And I've got no help. There's nobody here. If I break down, transmission shifted. I honestly did not expect that. It shifted again. I didn't expect the transmission was going to work in this. How does it ride? Well, it's flat spotted. That's for sure. Boy, she rides a little on the rough side, guys. But I've driven worse. Can it make it 10 miles? Does the odometer work? I don't know. It's sitting at 100,184 miles. The trip is still sitting at 0. So I'm wondering if the, oh boy, she's really riding rough now. I'm wondering if the odometer even works in this. Oh boy, she sounds bad. We're only going 45. She's not happy. Well, let's get it up to highway speeds. Let's turn on the cruise control. Oh, wow. Oh, the car feels like it's going to fall apart. Oh my goodness. I'm not even doing 60. Woo! This one's a roller coaster, man. Oh boy. Okay, there's 60. Can we do 65? Let's see if the cruise control... The cruise works! No way! The cruise control works! We're doing 65 in a car that's been off the road for 13 years. Oh my. Okay. She's doing it to it, man. I'm not kidding. Even though there's a little wind leaking in here, the AC is still nice and cold. Maybe those flat spots will work their way out. No way. 17-year-old tires, and this car is just cruising down the road like it's never missed a beat. Yeah, I think the odometer doesn't work, guys. So who knows what the actual miles are on this thing. That kind of sucks. I was hoping we had a true survivor with accurate mileage. I'm thinking probably not. So I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, how far are we going to go with fixing up this old beauty? Well, I'll let you guys take a guess down below. Drop your comments and tell me how far you think we are going to go with this car. Or even better, how far do you think we should go with this old car? Did you drop those comments? Good. Now let me tell you where I think we should go with this car. Straight to the scrapyard. No, I'm kidding. The car is too good to send to the junkyard, guys. It needs some things. Primarily tires. Tires would be of the utmost importance. It's got clean trans fluid. It's got clean oil. It's not getting warm at all. It's got a brand new battery. So I think if you took the time to put some tires on it, balance them, obviously, I think right there you'd have yourself a good running and driving car with cold air conditioning. As far as fixing it up, no, guys, I wouldn't try to fix this car up at all. Let me tell you what I would do. I'd start with that window. I wouldn't even fix it. It's not the important window, guys. The important window is right here. This is your drive-through window, your ATM window. This window works. You don't need any of the other windows. The glass is still in there. So how do we fix it? I think we need to open the door, get that window up, whether we have to prop it up, glue it up, doesn't matter. Get that window up permanently and leave it alone. You got cold air conditioning, guys. You don't need that window. So get that window up and clean the car up. That's as far as I'm going with it, guys. There's no way. I've already got $2,000 into this car. What is this car worth, really? Like, on the street, Facebook Marketplace, what is this car worth? It is a clean title, but the odometer doesn't work, so you don't know how many miles are on it. But it does run and drive. You have no gas gauge. You know, it needs a sending unit. So you just have to guess as far as how much gas is in this thing. I'm going to tell you right now, if I sold this on Facebook Marketplace, I would probably hope to get $600 out of it. I'd list it for maybe $9, just under $1,000. That'll get everybody's attention. List it just under $9, runs and drives, cold air conditioning, needs tires. That's how I would start. And I would probably take the first $600 and walk away. Let somebody else deal with putting tires on it. How are the brakes? Surprisingly, the brakes are phenomenal. I should have checked those earlier. Oh, they are smooth as silk, guys. All right, well, we made it to our 5-mile mark, and the odometer has not moved. So obviously it doesn't work. Let's get out of the car. Let's see if she's smoking or anything like that. We know this is 5 miles. It is literally 5 miles on the money from my house to this location, and then of course 5 miles back. So looking at the oil pressure, we're at an idle after doing highway speeds. Oil pressure is sitting strong. Temperature gauge, nice and low. Voltage, right where it should be in the heater. We should probably, ooh, that was a little tough to push there. There we go. We've got heat. So, boy, that is a little stiff. There we go. Automatically, you have a car with hot heat and cold air conditioning. One power window that works. Obviously, from the maintenance history, somebody took care of it, at least for a while. It's got a fresh alignment on it, right? It's got new tires that ride like they're bricks. It's like what you would expect the Flintstones car with tires made of rocks to ride like. It's really not that bad considering the car's been off the road for so long, guys. We're riding on some seriously old tires, and the fact that they're all holding air, they're not dry rotted, cracked, or separating, is kind of phenomenal. Cooling fan's working, fluids are clean. The paint, I think underneath all of the trash that's on it, I think the car is actually going to clean up relatively decent. You do have a dent over here, probably when somebody got mad at the window. They probably punched it. You know, you put this piece back on, you get this window up, and you've got, I hesitate to call it a good-looking car, because was the Dodge Dynasty really ever a good-looking car? You know, that's up to each one of you to decide for yourself. I think it was all right for back in the day. For 1992, it's a decent-looking car, and it was nice that it came with a V6, a 3.3-liter V6, instead of some tiny little underpowered 4-cylinder from back in the day, right? It's not smoking. You know, seriously, it's not a great car, but this is something you're never going to make any money, or I'm never going to make any money on this one. Did you see if the headlights and everything work? Yeah, I'll never see a dollar come back out. I'm going to lose quite a bit. Headlights work, parking lights work, signals work. We'll go ahead and turn one on just to verify, but I already know cruise control works as well. Yeah, signals work. Tail lights work. I mean, it's for what it is, guys. For a $400 car, it's actually not too shabby, man. I would not complain about this car at all had it actually cost me $400 out the door. This would have been a score for 400 bucks. For $2,180? Oh, no way, man. Not good at all. All right, you know what it's time for? Let's see if we can get this hoopty to make it 5 miles back to the house. Back on the road again. By the way, I've got that air conditioning only turned up halfway, and it's nice. I'm not gonna lie, that AC is nice. The suspension was making awful noises when we first started driving it. It's not doing that anymore either. It actually rides decent. The suspension, it was definitely making some noises. It's not making those noises anymore. Let's give her a little throttle. Not bad. Still rides like it's on rocks, but I mean, let's slow it down a little bit. I'm not gonna floor it or anything. We're not gonna be trying to burn rubber or anything with this car, but slow it down. Let's just kind of give her the beans. Oh yeah, she shifts strong. It'll get to 60 in about, 30 seconds. There we go. Not too shabby, guys. You can see the dashboard kind of bouncing around. We're doing just over 60. Boy, she's she's a lot of fun to drive at 60 plus miles an hour, man. Oh my goodness. Hey, you know what? For a $400 car, it's actually not too bad. Maybe before we get out of here, we can actually get that window up to at least keep the elements out of it. That would be nice. I think I'm going to look into seeing what I can do to get that window up, at least just temporarily, like held in place so that we can keep the elements out. I'm not going to complain too much about the car, guys. Obviously, for me, I can afford to lose the money on these types of deals. A lot of people don't understand how it works. They don't understand how I can buy these cars and overpay for them, because most people wouldn't be able to do that, guys. I'm in a very unique situation where the videos that I make pay out so well that I can buy these cars and most of the time not lose money on them. There are rare occasions like that Tesla, the 2013 P85. that I had to put a drive motor in. That cost me $7 grand, and then the fuse, the pyro fuse, cost me another $708 on top of that. So there are occasions where the views just aren't going to make up for it, guys. Some of these cars I am going to take a hefty loss on, but when you're talking about cars that total all-in investment $2,500, $3,500, typically on cars like these, I'm not going to lose a dime, guys. So don't worry about me. Although I do get some people that are just nasty. Some people jump in, they have some nasty things to say. Listen, if you don't like what I do, that's fine, absolutely. But there's no need to get nasty or rude about it in the comments section, okay? Just go about your day. Nobody forced you to click on the video. You know what I mean? You saw the title. I assume that if you're watching the video, you could probably read. Maybe that's not a good assumption to make, but I assume you can probably read, and I assume you can see the picture of the thumbnail, so most likely you knew what you were clicking on before you clicked on the video. So why click on something just to complain about it in the comment section below? You don't like these types of videos, you don't like old cars from the 80s and the 90s, these cars are all junk. Hey, that's great. You're entitled to your opinion. You're not going to hear me say one way or another if you're right or wrong. My personal opinion is these are not junk, even if you think they are. These are old cars, and these cars are so old. A lot of them have been off the road for many, many, many years. These are cars that you don't see anymore. And most of what I bought, sight unseen, still runs and drives today. If these cars are such junk, then please explain to me how this car from 1992 is still on the road after 13 years of being parked, 17-year-old tires. We are driving down the road at highway speeds, and it's still going to get you from A to B. On top of that, this one has cold air conditioning too. It's kind of hard to complain about that, don't you think? Anyway, everybody's a keyboard warrior, you know, a keyboard jockey these days. They click on stuff that they don't want to watch, and then they complain about watching something they didn't want to watch to begin with, when it's like, you should really be looking in the mirror and yelling at yourself for wasting your time watching a video that you didn't want to watch to begin with. That's the stuff that doesn't make any damn sense to me. For those of you that enjoy this kind of content, guys, I buy these cars sight unseen from all over the country. I've never seen these cars before. I don't know what the deal is with them. A lot of them show up not running, even though they were supposed to run. We get to figure it out, get them back on the road, and it's up to fate what happens to us. You know what I mean? Because I got no help out here. If this thing breaks down, I am SOL. I don't have my fiance down here or my trailer even down here. Like, I'm stuck. I'm in a bad way. And I do this stuff, number one, because I enjoy it. It's a thrill for me to see if these cars are going to make it or not. It's so much fun. And I also enjoy making the content for you guys. So I hope the majority of you enjoy these videos. So there you have it, guys. 10 miles. She did it. And aside from the tires being really, really bumpy, it did 10 miles without a problem. This is something I wouldn't hesitate. Once I got that window up, I would not hesitate in tires and getting that window up. This is something I wouldn't hesitate to drive. This is not a timing belt motor either. The 3.3 is an old school pushrod V6 engine. There's no smoke coming out from under the hood. There's no funny noises. Of course, that's because I have the air conditioner on, but you know, in my opinion, these old cars are so much more fun than all of the newer stuff that I was buying. Guys, I bought so many new cars, and I've still got a couple. I've got a 2021 Hyundai Venue in the garage, one owner, clean title. I got a 2023 Kia Sportage over there. Of course, we've got the Viper. I've got a 57 Chevy. We got a lot of newer cars, but these older cars, I don't know, man. There's just something about all the cars that I remember seeing when I was a child. I'm sure so many of you got driven to school or Votech or something in these cars, right? Or maybe one of these was your first car, or your buddy bought this car, your girlfriend, boyfriend, somebody. You knew somebody back in the day, I promise you, that had a Dodge Dynasty. You know what I mean? And God knows you guys remember the Monte Carlo Z34, right? Who could forget that? These cars were just so much fun back in the day. And the crazy looking Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. You know what I mean? This is the car. So many teenagers wanted one of these. I don't know how many of us actually got one. I never did. It took me all this time to finally get my hands on one. And this one's not good. This one's really bad. This one, if I remember correctly, this one's from Seattle. And I'll leave it at that. You guys can figure out what's most likely wrong with this car. It's supposed to be a run and drive. Well, we'll just leave it at that, won't we? We'll come back to this one in another video. But I just think these old cars are so cool, man. My old Crown Vic police car, the little Geo Metro, it's like the little engine that could, man. Little car, I didn't expect this thing to ever come back to life, yet here it is. We drove it 10 miles and it did just fine. Even this, my little Buick Skylark, strange, definitely an oddball looking car, right? But even this car, not a problem. Got it on the road, man, made it 10 miles. There's this thing, $2,000. Now, some of you don't like the newer generation Saabs. I love this car. Like, honest to God, I love this car. In fact, if I didn't have to take the Viper home today, I'd be driving this one home. This one has gotten no love. These cars have all gotten one video in, and then they've been left. The HHR, another cool car, 530,000 miles. This 1 year only, E420, 97. Super cool car. All of these cars, surely you guys remember these from back in the day, right? The first gen, 1995, first year of the bubble style of the Cavalier. Super unique car and still runs and drives great. The Chrysler TC by Maserati. How about the Cutlass Coupe? See, I can run through all these cars, guys. I bought parts for several of them. We got a lot of videos coming. I love this car. This is so comfortable, you wouldn't even believe. Of course, an iconic red, right? 57 Chevy Bel Air. We got so many cars sitting out here, guys. I need to start moving several of them out. This one still up for sale. Did not meet my reserve. The Cadillac Catera, the car that zigs, you know, also known as an Opel Omega, I think is what they called it over in Europe. But take a look. I love these things. Rear wheel drive. And then this super oddball Ford EXP. Yes, we have more cars that we have not filmed. Yes, I will be getting to them, but I also need to be moving some of these cars out of here as well, guys. I've got way too many cars. The garage is full right now. It's got cars in it as well. And I do think I'm going to take one of these vehicles. I haven't decided which one yet, but I think I'm going to take one of these cars, and I think I'm going to give it to Nick. I'll be honest with you. Off the top of my head, there's a few of them that I have that I think Nick would really like. One of them is this one. I think he would really like this car. The problem I have with that is when these cars break, oh lordy. When they break, it is a nightmare. These are not easy to work on. They're not cheap to have fixed. So I don't know, but this is one of them. The next one is this one right here. The police car. I think if you got it repainted, it definitely needs some paint work. But if you got this thing repainted, I think this would not be too bad. It's got a little bit of paint flaking. This was common back in the day. Faulty primer is to blame, if I remember right. So you have to go down to bare metal. It's got to be reprimed. So I mean, it's probably going to cost some good money. For me, probably about $1,000 or so to get this completely stripped to bare metal, reprimed, repainted. That one I think would be a fun car for Nick. But honestly, I don't know, man. The 2017 Explorer police car, I think that's a little too big for him. I don't think he'd like it. Same thing with that one, maybe a little too big. The other one is the 2021 Hyundai Venue that I bought. I actually bought that with the intent of giving it to him. I don't know, though. We'll see. Now, we've left this thing running. It's been sitting here idling this whole time. One last look. Oh, thank God it's cold in here. All the gauges are still looking good, except for the fuel gauge. I'm gonna see if I can't get that window up, guys, and then we're gonna get out of here. And just like that, we got the window up. I didn't even have to take the door panel off, guys. I mean, it's already kind of just hanging in there anyway. I don't know what's missing or... Oh, there we go. That helps some. Anyway, the window is off track, so nothing's broken with the glass itself. It's just the regulator and everything is just kind of poof in there. Window stays up now. I mean, it may not look the prettiest, but at least now you can run your air conditioning and your heat without worrying about it coming off. It'd be nice to patch up this little thing right here. Maybe we could do that real quick. I think that would make it look a lot better. Well, surprisingly, that little piece just clipped on. I thought I was gonna need like glue or something, but I didn't. It actually just popped right back into place. Wow, these don't fit very well, but it looks a hell of a lot better now than it did when we first started. So I'm happy. We got the window up. We took it on a 10-mile drive. Aside from cleaning up the tires and wheels, giving it a bath, I think we are pretty well done with this car. I'll probably make one more video. We'll clean it up, obviously. We'll try to wipe down the interior some, make it look a little better, give it a bath, clean up tires and everything. But aside from that, I think this one's gonna be about ready to go. There's a lot of cars out here, guys. You saw them all. There's still several of them that I don't know what direction I want to go with them, or you know. That is nice. That air conditioning is so damn nice. I can't tell you how many people would just love to have a car with working heat and air conditioning, and here it is right here. The reserve on this probably not gonna be very much, guys, but here's the deal, man. Some of these cars, I don't mind like going and putting a paint job on, like my Z34 here. This is not a very common car to find anymore, guys, and if you find one, usually really low miles, they're going to cost you a lot of money. This one was really cheap. Even after transporting and everything, this car was still relatively cheap. So this one, I don't mind putting a paint job on. I don't mind going through and fixing the things that needs fixed on it and then just enjoying it for what it is. But something like this, you know, honestly, this one already runs better than this one because this one overheats. This one has horrible paint. This one actually has decent paint and it actually runs out great. It does not overheat at all. So this one's honestly kind of a better car, but with $2,000 invested into this one, it just doesn't make any sense, guys. So this one's definitely going to go down the road. My little police cruiser over there probably going to go down the road as well. There are several of them. The Explorer police cruiser probably also going down the road. The Neon SRT4 going down the road. The bus, if I can ever get back to it, if the weather would cool off just enough, I'd love to get back to that. And whether I fix it or not, that one is also going to go down the road. I got a lot of them. Obviously, the Viper is already sold. The P85 Tesla is going down the road today. So will it start back up though? That's the question. Let's turn that off. Fired right up. Fired right up. Is it a great car? No. Definitely a hoopty. But the damn thing runs and drives. What more do you want? Even the horn works, man. What more do you want from a cheap old beater? There it is. There it was, guys. That is today's. With that, I'm going to get out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you did, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing y'all again very soon in the next one.